because it's been a while. Okay, so the quad looks good. Okay, so there we go. We here. All right, so welcome to the Scorpio season message and collective reading. Okay, 2022, and I can't believe we're almost done. To be honest, um, that's one of the surprising things that I can't get over how quickly this year has flown by. And today begins Scorpio season. Scorpio season began, I believe, it was around 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daily Time. So of course, the sun entered into Scorpio. The sun is out of the fall position of Libra. Okay, um, actually, kind of happy about that. And before the sun even entered into Scorpio, literally like maybe an hour or two before, Venus, Venus came out of her home sign. Okay. She came out of her home sign and into Scorpio first before the sun. And her home sign, her second home sign is Libra, with her first being um, Taurus. But now she's going to be in her detriment. She is now in her detriment sign of Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio's not one of her best signs to be in. Of course, we'll chat about that in a little bit on the reason why. But already, first off, Libra season ended with a bang. Okay. Libra season ended with a bang due to the fact that the Venus passed behind the sun at 29 degrees of Libra, the last and final degree of Libra, yesterday, and really put like all of our relationships to the test. And that test was, does these connections bring balance to our life? Does it bring harmony? Does it bring, you know, does it bring peace into our lives? Does it really show the mere reflection of you and what you want to see in yourself? Um, it really emphasized that a lot. Um, and it was really, really definitely all about connecting with people because we have to look at where what's in Venus's home sign of Taurus, which is Uranus. Okay, Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus deals with people, um, at large, and Uranus is in Taurus. It's been in Taurus for a while, and it's still conjunct the north node of the moon, the ecliptic of the moon, or the ecliptic nodal axis that serves the pleasures of the sun and the moon. So, and then we have north node in Taurus, okay, at 13 degrees of Taurus. So, a lot of our destiny and the supportive energy from the universe, the challenge and growth, really supports you connecting with people in the physical. Taurus deals with the physical. Taurus is about life. Okay. Taurus is all about life. And you got to be in the physical energy. Okay. The physical energy of Taurus, not in the background energy of Scorpio. Okay. So we got that going on. And then we got, of course, Saturn. Mr. Saturn comes out of retrograde early this morning, like early this morning. Like I think about like 2 a.m. Eastern Daily Time. Saturn came out of retrograde at 18 degrees of Aquarius. Saturn, again, just as a reminder, is at home in Aquarius. This is Saturn's second home. His main home is Capricorn. And Saturn is still pretty much the strongest planet in the zodiac right now as we speak. And just as a reminder, like I said last week in my live here on IG, Saturn has been the strongest planet since the end of 2017. 5 years, pretty much. 5 years. So, and Saturn's been really, because Saturn went into Capricorn first in 2017, at the end of 2017, and then it's been in its home signs since then. And it's just Saturn's been teaching people valuable lessons about their destiny, their future, sticking with it, staying committed to it. Um, Keeping an eye on the prize. And then, of course, we got to talk about like how Saturn, rules governments and structures and things of that nature. And obviously, that's been very much trying to put in their policies and their rules and trying to control the masses. And, with all the Capricorn alignments we had in 2020, I'm not going to go through all that, but you already know if you've been following me, all the alignments that happened in 2020, that was once in a lifetime with Saturn being involved for the most part. I mean, the list just goes on how Saturn has just been kicking a lot of people's asses. Okay. And Saturn is going to do that for the next 5 months. Okay. Because this is the last few months. I'll say the next 5 months, Saturn is going to be in Aquarius and be the strongest planet. Because now the boat is moving forward. Okay. The boat is moving forward. And that boat is your destiny. Okay. That boat is your destiny. Your personal mission. The timeline you're choosing. And don't forget, Aquarius has the two waves. Okay. So you're either choosing the higher timeline for yourself or the lower timeline. And you pretty much can go back and forth. It's just that before Saturn goes into Pisces, you want to make sure you're on the right timeline and the right path. Because once Saturn goes into Pisces, March 2023, Saturn enters the abyss of Pisces. Okay. Saturn enters the abyss where almost pretty much anything goes. Okay. Dang, all of a sudden get windy right now. Each time I talk about Saturn, the winds pick up. Each time. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's about to go out. So, with that being said, you're going to know you're on path when you are building the reality in the world that you want. That's how you know you're on path. When you have the ultimate decisions over your reality. Okay? You have the ultimate decisions. You have the freedom of choice for yourself. You are building up your goals. You are going up your mountain. The universe is giving you everything you need as you're going up the mountain. Okay? Whether that is an opportunity of making the right amount of money, whether that's the right job, whether that's doing your own spiritual work, okay? Whether that's doing your own spiritual work, whether that's bringing in a soulmate, whether that's bringing in uh, resources for yourself, whether that's bringing in uh, you working on your skills and talents, and you're being open to learning, and you're not for what the world wants you to do. Also, you know that you are on path is if you're not doing what everyone else is doing. Okay, if you're not doing what everyone else is doing, that's another sign you are aligned with who you are. You are aligned with your soul. You are aligned with what you came here to do. And the universe will provide support. The ways you can tell you're not aligned with the path you're on is either A, you're letting fears make the decisions for you and control the aspects of your life. You allow the world to tell you what to do and who you should be and how to act and what you should be doing. And I have to admit, anything that says for the greater good of everyone is probably not what you should be doing and following. So when you're letting the world control what you do, and obviously you're not on path. You're not following your personal mission. Those are like the biggest hints that you could tell you're not in alignment and it doesn't bring you happiness, peace, and harmony. So, this Scorpio season message is going to be a very, I think, intense one in a way because there's a lot going on this season. Even just starting off, and then even by the time it ends. Okay. There is a lot to talk about this season. There's a lot. First thing, the main focus of this live and this reading is definitely going to be the solar eclipse that happens on Tuesday. Okay. That's the main focus of this live because I'm going to do separate lives for the separate energies that are taking place later on. I will bring them up. I will briefly talk about them, but the main focus will be the solar eclipse. Okay. Now, starting off, of course, there's a solar eclipse happening at 2 degrees of Scorpio on Tuesday morning. I believe, I'm trying to do this in my head. What time? What time is it in the morning? I think it's like sometime around 6 in the morning. That sounds about right. 6 in the morning, Eastern daily time. Okay. I feel like it's going to be around that time. And remember, solar eclipse is a new moon. Okay. Solar eclipse is a new moon, but it's when the moon crosses the path of the sun pretty much almost exactly, depending on the eclipse. Okay. Because this is a partial solar eclipse. Okay. So the sun will be partially covered Only in certain areas will see it. And that path, I believe, is actually in Russia, Western Russia, the path of the solar eclipse. So they'll be able to see it in Russia, like Western Russia, like Moscow over there. And then, funny enough, Eastern Europe. So it's going to go through, I believe, Ukraine and Poland, and to be exact, let me look up the path real quick. Let me go on here real quick. Back path. Exact path of solar eclipse. Yes, so the solar eclipse of October 25th, 2022 is a partial solar eclipse that will be visible from Europe, the Urals and Western Siberia, Central Asia, Western Asia, South Asia. Okay, let's get, I want exact, bitch. Wikipedia, we got to be exact here. Okay. I don't know why y'all asses over here giving me just regions. I want the exact places that's going through. I want the exact places. Bitch, this shit pisses me off. Wikipedia, y'all need to get together. Yeah, some of them too, but I want the exact places. I don't know why people when they do these articles and shit, they get fucking lazy as fuck. Okay, that's how media, mainstream media in general, and these articles, bitches are lazy as fuck. Anyone can make an article and say whatever the fuck they want. And then this Forbes has some nerve to only cover the caucus: London, Paris, Berlin, Helsinki, Rome, Athens. They get like 15 to 30%. And I'm like, bitch, can we get the exact place? Like, these are not the exact places. Like, the fuck? Forbes, y'all need to do better too. Y'all suck. Come on, can somebody give me an exact location? I just want to know the cities. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it myself. This is what I think just by looking at the map. Definitely Moscow. Like I said, Ukraine's gonna see it. Um, some of Sweden, Norway. Um, what country is this? What country is that? Is that? I don't know what country that is, but mainly the Middle East. Yeah, mainly the Middle East. Yeah, Russia is the main path. I just find it funny that they can't give me none of these sites. See, this is how I know they up to something. None of these sites mention Russia. Russia is in the main path of that solar eclipse. Okay, but none of these Wikipedia, fucking Forbes, the streamy articles, they just telling me shit from Europe. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, Europe is not even like really seeing the eclipse like that. Like, the hell? Mm-mm. Anywho, so the solar eclipse is going to be mainly hitting Russia. Okay, that's going to be the main focus. Okay, Main focus is Russia, and we'll get to it in a little bit. We'll talk about Russia. But the solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio is actually personally going to affect a lot of people. I've noticed it's going to affect a lot of people, like in their astrology. I know it's going to affect me in some way because it's going to be conjunct my IC. My IC is at 1 degree and 55 minutes of Scorpio. This solar eclipse is exactly at 2 degrees and 0 minutes of Scorpio. So literally dead conjuncts, almost literally dead conjunct my IC in my chart. That's an angle, if you're wondering. It's the opposite of your midheaven. So it's hitting the bottom part of my chart. So I find it very interesting. We'll see what happens with me personally, which I think is going to be good things and some revealing of some other things. For the most part, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, this eclipse personally is hitting a lot of people's charts, I've noticed. So if you got a lot of fixed energy, especially at the very beginning of Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, you're definitely going to be affected by this solar eclipse. Okay, especially Scorpio and Taurus. So again, a solar eclipse is a new moon. Okay, it's when we can visibly see the moon pretty much almost with the partial and total all together cover the sun. Okay, because the sun will be in the moon's ecliptic path. And this solar eclipse begins eclipse season because then we have another eclipse coming in November, which we'll talk about later. This solar eclipse has the same energy as a new moon, meaning you could set intentions, okay? Things of that nature, new beginnings. But the thing is, with the solar eclipse, it's going to be a lot more faded, okay? It's a lot more universal, energy coming at work. I feel like all the other times outside eclipses is pretty much free will for the most part for the collective. Free will, choices, things of that nature. Eclipses is when the universe comes into play. Okay? And it can be beneficial in some ways, or it can be very challenging in other ways. It can go one way or the other. It just depends on how you react to what the universe does. Okay, so the solar eclipse can be good if you react in a way that supports what the energy wants you to do. But of course, you got bitches who don't like when the universe swoops in, okay, and makes a decision for bitches, and then they're upset. And then that's when it becomes very difficult and challenging because you're resisting. You are resisting the universal energy. So it's like God coming in to move the chess piece and your ass gets pissed off. Okay? When God was trying to make the right move for you, but your ass got pissed off and tried to go the opposite direction. So that's how solar eclipses can be. And lunar too, depending. But mostly solar eclipses. And this solar eclipse, because we have to look at which end of the ecliptic nodal axis it's happening in, because there's a north and a south ecliptic axis. Okay, this partial solar eclipse is happening on the southern end of the ecliptic nodal axis. Okay, because the ecliptic nodal axis is at 13 degrees of Taurus north, and then south node, the southern part is going to be pretty much at 13 degrees of Scorpio, the opposite end. And the north node is more of destiny, where we need to put our focus in. This is where the challenges are at. This is where the universe is going to support you, even though it's challenging, but it's going to help you evolve. The south node, as a reminder, deals with you getting too comfortable. Okay, this is where you get comfortable. This is where you don't want to grow, so you remain stagnant. This is where, all the other, we'll say, just to give you an analogy, but this is where the seven sins falls. Okay, this is where you get too comfortable. You could be glutton into that energy, and then pretty much, you know, you're stuck on still. And then this is where the illusions are at. Okay, the illusions are on the southern end. It's like a hole. Okay, you're digging yourself in down the hole when you're sitting in the south node energy, especially Scorpio. So, with that being said, this is a south node solar eclipse. So, this eclipse, even though yes, you're setting new intentions, but you're actually releasing the intentions that the universe doesn't want you to go for, doesn't want you to go after. And you Scorpio themes because it's in Scorpio. So when you're setting your intentions, you want to make sure that in a way it's in the opposite energy of Taurus. Will it bring you life? Will it is it a slow build to something where you got to go step by step? Okay, when you're building something. It's like how, hurricanes develop, okay? Hurricanes don't just all of a sudden boom pop up and it's there knocking on the door like, hey, what's up, we come do the wreck shit. No, hurricanes just don't develop like that. Okay, there is a okay. It starts as a tropical depression. It's small, gets the circulation going. Okay, got some rain to it and some wind, but not that much, and then it upgrades to a tropical storm. Okay, now it's bringing a lot more energy, but it still ain't that strong, and then it turns into a hurricane. Okay, then it turns to a hurricane. And then it goes through its categories. It starts as category 1 as a hurricane after, it started as a tropical storm. And then it's got to go to the categories. And for it to get to category 4 and 5, it has to take the path that it needs to be on, the right path, the right alignment. And also, okay, for it to be a strong and big hurricane, it definitely takes a slow buildup. Okay, it takes a buildup. That's what I want you to picture as the analogy for your intentions, where there's a step-by-step process where you are building up to something to create life. Okay, hurricanes does create life. It creates energy. If you think it from that perspective, you got to look at it from that perspective. Yes, it does damage and destroys shit, but at the same time, it actually help you rebuild shit that needs to be rebuilt. I just want you to see the picture of the storm itself, not the damage it does. Okay? So, that's what you should be aiming towards when you're setting your intentions. Something that builds life, something that elevates you, because Uranus and Taurus, we got to be creative, and it's got to be something elevating, not something to lower you down into the depths of the bottom of the barrel. Okay, that's Scorpio energy. That Scorpio energy loves the bottom of the barrel. Okay, no offense to y'all Scorpios, but I'm just saying that Scorpio energy, that scorpionic energy, loves the bottom of the barrel. So it is a time of setting intentions, but make sure you're releasing intentions that deals with trying to get an instant return in something. You know, an instant, hit, an instant, lust, wants, desires. Okay. Make sure your intentions stay away from that. This is not a time, let's just say you're single and you want to seduce someone. Okay. You want to eventually, get them draws. Okay? This ain't the time for that. You got to build a connection first. Uranus is in Taurus, Saturn's in Aquarius. You got to build a connection first before you get in them draws. Because how's that going for those of y'all, okay? For those of y'all who are just being a hoe, hit and quit it. How's that going for you? Oh, I want to know. How's that going? For all the hit it and quit it's, for all the hookups this year. Those of you single in a relationship. How's your random flings going this year? How do you feel after random? For those of you who are doing the hit it and quit it, the hit and runs, how's that going? Do you feel fulfilled? Is it building something? See, and this is when the chat gets real quiet. This is when the chat gets real quiet. After that, they're like, "Ooh, Okay, the chat gets real quiet. People get real quiet when we bring up this energy. Okay, because it ain't like 8 North Nodes in Scorpio when shit you can get it on if you wanted to. Okay, and got that energy from it. Okay, and feeling fulfilled and alive because you got some. Okay, this ain't North Node in Scorpio. This is South Node in Scorpio. This is when it makes you feel empty. This is when bitches fill the void with sex. Oh, we gonna go there tonight. Oh, we gonna go there tonight. There's gonna be a lot of talk about sexual energy on this live. Okay, gonna be a lot because I'm picking up a lot of sexual energy, spiritual energy exchange. I'm picking up a lot about that. All right, let's cover these aspects of the solar eclipse. Okay. And the reason why there's a lot of desires and sexual energy. A, this is Scorpio. B, Venus, she's dead conjunct this solar eclipse as well. She will be at 2 degrees of Scorpio during the solar eclipse. Okay. She's in the process of becoming an evening star, the night gal. Okay. She's becoming the night gal. So, Venus is dead conjunct, and Venus is the ruler of the North Node in Taurus. So, oh shit, it brings up relationships. Oh shit, it brings up values. Oh shit, it puts it to the test, bitch. Because now it's an opposing sign and it's really bringing up, okay, does your values make sure, this is how I'm going to put it, make sure that you keep your boundaries firm about your values. Don't get obsessive about it, but make sure you are firm in the boundaries you set. Because, bitch, they going to be knocking on your door, especially, out there on the market, for example, whether you're single or in a relationship. I keep saying that because there's people in relationships. We're going to go there too. There's motherfuckers in relationships who still on these apps, unless they open, unless they have the established, you know, boundaries or established, I guess, defined rules in their relationship where it's open. Cool, that's on them. But I'm talking about even more so the ones who ain't open, but they over here playing like they open secretly. The Scorpios deal with secrets. We're gonna go there tonight. So we're gonna talk a lot about boundary setting. A lot about boundary setting. And Venus is really, she's putting it to the test with the values because now she's in the dark lands. Okay, she's in the alley now. Okay, she's not in the top floor energy of Taurus. Okay, she's not in the penthouse somewhere. This bitch is in the alley, Scorpio land. Okay, the alley where you can have random, sell them drugs. That's definitely Scorpio energy in the dark at night in the alley where there's rats, garbage, homeless people. Okay, that's Scorpio. Oh, we gonna go there, Scorpios. We gonna go there. Y'all know y'all like yourselves a good alley. Okay, bitch. Y'all know y'all Scorpios like yourself a good alley. They'll spot an alley way before any other sign would spot an alley. Okay. They see that alley, they're like, "Ooh, what can I do in that alley? What's in that alley?" I know there's stuff going on in that alley that I may like. Um, so Venus, like I said, she's not in her penthouse of Taurus. Okay, she's in the alley of Scorpio. So it's putting your values to the test when you're in that alley. Okay, are you going to talk to some random stranger and then end up in some random uh cahoots of drugs and shit and secrets and prostitution, or you're gonna maintain the values. You just try to get from point A to point B. You just walking through that alley is a shortcut. One or the other. That's the analogy I can give for that. So you got Venus dead conjunct the solar eclipse. Okay. The rulers of this eclipse. Okay, the rulers of this solar eclipse is two planets. Two planets. There's a main ruler and there's the ancient ruler. Okay. Let's start off with the main ruler of Scorpio. It is Pluto. Okay. Pluto is positioned at 26 degrees Capricorn. Pluto's out of retrograde. Pluto, kind of like Saturn, as we were talking, Pluto is on a mission to the next sign now. Just like Saturn is on his mission to the next sign from Aquarius to Pisces, Pluto's on the mission from to Aquarius. Okay. So Pluto has a different mindset right now compared to the past 14 years that Pluto's been in Capricorn. So Pluto has a different mindset now. Okay, a different focus, a different mode. That's what it brings into the solar eclipse. A different mindset, a different mode. And Pluto is loosely, probably about we'll say about 5 to 6 degrees squaring the solar eclipse. Okay. So this is bringing a level of energy of, again, boundary setting, fears. It's bringing a lot about overpowering those things and transforming your life in a different fashion, coming out of the old world energy. So that's one. Two, the second ruler of this eclipse is Mars, the ancient ruler of Scorpio. And Mars is located at 25 degrees of Gemini. Okay. Mars is at 25 degrees of Gemini, moving slow as fuck. Moving slow as fuck now because Mars is stationing or beginning to slow down to station at that degree, that exact degree, to prepare for his retrograde, which occurs on October 30th. Okay, I'm gonna do a separate live on Mars retrograde because there's a lot to talk about with that too, separately. Okay, but that's not going to be the main focus of this live. But there's a lot to talk about with that one. I'll briefly touch on it here and there. But Mars stationing at that degree is major because this deals with your mentality. It deals with your mind. It deals with your communication. It deals with you being honest. It deals with you living your truth, the facts. Okay, not a fucking story, not a fucking illusion. Okay, that's why I know that this Mars retrograde coming up is going to be a very challenging one because not a lot of people can live in their truth. Not a lot of people can live in their true facts. I mean, I ain't talking about what they think is the truth. I'm talking about the fly on the wall perspective. It's like you're living a reality television show and the camera is showing you the truth all the way through on what the fuck you're doing, what the fuck you're saying, what, are you talking the talk? Okay, bitch, then walk the walk. It's doing all of that. And this eclipse energy, it stamps this. Because I forgot to mention, solar eclipses stamp the next 5 months of what the energy is going to be like. I will say 5-6 months until the next eclipses come. So we got mental fuckery because not just that, Mars at 25 degrees of Gemini is making a weird angle to the other ruler of Scorpio. Okay. Mars being the ancient ruler, Pluto being the main ruler. They're in a weird each other. They're in a weird space. They're quincunxing each other. That's a weird fucking angle. To have both rulers in a weird angle creates a inner tension. Okay, creates that weird tension on, what your ego wants, and then what, does it align with your path? And then you got the distractions because Mars and Gemini can get real distracted with, what's going on in the environment, It may get distracted in lust, okay, because there's, all of a sudden, ooh, oh, she's hot, or ooh, he's sexy. Let me go after that. When bitch, you supposed to go on your path and work, go up your mountain, not get distracted by the girl in the red dress, okay, like the Matrix. That's a perfect analogy. Boom. That's a perfect analogy of this energy. If you watch the Matrix, the first one, when Morpheus is walking Neo through the crowd, Neo's acting like Mars and Gemini, looking at everything, looking at everyone. Boom, you're running into someone. Oh, boom. And then, oh, shit. Then there's this lady who looks like Marilyn Monroe in a red dress because she stands out, from the crowd of business people. And Morpheus is over here trying to give you instructions. He's trying to give you the message. Oh, he delivered that message. He said, what was you looking at? Oh, there was a lady in the red dress. Oh, so it's a lady in the red dress. You message. We'll turn around again. And then all of a sudden, just as a mission, he got distracted, and then boom, there goes the agent right there. Boom. And now it took you away from where you were heading. Because now you gotta deal with the agent. Because your ass was distracted. This solar eclipse brings that energy. That's why I said we're gonna talk about the sexual stuff. We're gonna talk about lusts and desires. We're gonna talk about that this chat deeply. Okay, that going on, and it doesn't end there. We're still in the middle of Saturn at 18 degrees of Aquarius, squaring Uranus at 17, or Uranus retrograde at 17 degrees of Taurus. We're still in that shattering energy. We're still there. It's releasing, but it's still there. You got Jupiter. Jupiter is loosely quincunxing this solar eclipse. Jupiter retrograde is at 0 degrees of Aries, the very first degree of the zodiac. And with the live that I'm going to do with the Mars retrograde, I'm going to talk about Jupiter too. So you got Jupiter at the first degree of Aries. And then what else is going on? You got Neptune squaring Mars. You got Neptune retrograde at 23 degrees squaring Mars. And that's going to be going on for a while. There's a lot going on, bitch. There's a lot going on. And then we're going to talk about Chiron, because Chiron is there's so much shit going on. Okay, there's a lot of shit going on with this eclipse. Yeah, Jupiter is still retrograde. Jupiter is going to be retrograde for another month. Okay, but we got a good about one more month of Jupiter retrograde. But the main thing is Jupiter during the eclipse season. Okay, I'll say, okay, so we got solar eclipse. We got solar eclipse on Tuesday. Okay. And then on Thursday, bitch, the universe is just delivering. Jupiter goes back into Pisces. Jupiter becomes one of the strongest planets again, because this is Pisces is Jupiter's ancient home. So Jupiter's going to be strong again, but Jupiter's going to be at this last degree of Pisces for a minute. That's crazy, Bill. Okay, Jupiter is going to be at 29 degrees of Pisces. So those of you who are astrology geeks, those of you who are astrologers, you already know 29 degrees is the anoretic degree of all degrees of the zodiac. It's like, think of The waterfall, okay, a big, massive waterfall, okay? Jupiter going from 29 degrees of Pisces to 0 degrees of Aries is like Jupiter is going down the waterfall, just jumping down the waterfall. And then once you land into the water, okay, once you land in the water, that's 0 degrees of Aries. Okay, that's literally 0 degrees of Aries. But now we're reversing back up the waterfall. So imagine your ass trying to climb up a waterfall. That's the best way I could describe this. Is imagine your ass, Jupiter at 29 degrees of Pisces retrograde, is literally your ass trying to climb back up a waterfall. Your ass is trying to go upstream. That's what I'm talking about. That's the craziness of 29 degrees of Pisces. So I'm just like, bitch, we're going to be at 29 degrees of Pisces for a minute. Because it's going to go back to 28 in, I think, late this season, late Scorpio season. But Jupiter does not station direct this season, though. That's what makes this Scorpio season a bitch, okay? Jupiter said, I'm not moving forward until we get to Sag season, okay? That's what Jupe said. Jupe said he ain't going in Scorpio season. That's what's going to make this Scorpio season one hell of a season. I'll be surprised if this season is quiet as fuck. That would be the most shocking thing ever in my life. That's why I couldn't skip Scorpio season. When I did my 2022 predictions, I said, we got to talk about Scorpio season. And we here. We here. Bitch, we are here. So, you got that on Thursday. Because now you're about to watch bitches try to climb up a waterfall. Beginning on Thursday. With their mental crisis. Okay? And then on Sunday, yes, Sunday. And actually, I think Jupiter goes back into Pisces on Friday, I think. It's either Thursday or Friday. And then Mars goes retrograde on Sunday. Okay? Mars goes retrograde on Sunday. On Sunday. And that's in the middle of eclipse season. All this is occurring in the middle of eclipse season. That's why I had to pause. I'm sitting here like, man, that's in the middle of eclipse season. All faded shit. Mm, 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 mm. And then we have the lunar eclipse happening on November 8th. And if you know what's going on in November 8th, that's when the United States has their midterm elections, that exact day. In dead heart of Scorpio season. Oh, that's a good one, Sandra. Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls. That's the message. Boom. Scorpio season message right there. Don't go chasing water. Or as I used to say as a kid when I used to sing that song, I used to say, don't go waterfalls. Okay? But yes, don't go chasing waterfalls. Yes, ma'am. Stick to the creeks and rivers that you're used to. Stick to the creeks and rivers that you're used to. But you about to see a bunch of bitches chasing waterfalls. All right now. For that instant gratification, that instant satisfaction, for that instant return, that instant investment. All right, let's start this reading. Yeah, leave it to Scorpio to know Scorpio season, okay? The true Scorpio would know. Yes, please stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Thank you. Thank you. I know Sagittarius would come in with the exact words. Thank you. Please stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Because you don't want to end up across the pond and then your ass is stuck there and you can't come back for a long time. Let me let you know. I'm just going to say from the jump, this is not a good time to be doing international traveling. Just going to put that right in the jump right now. This season, beginning of this season, is not a good time to be doing international traveling. Unless you're trying to escape from somewhere. Just saying. Unless your ass is trying to escape from a country that you're living in, that's the only time. Somebody said until when? Shit. To be honest, I'm gonna say for a long time. For a long time. You should not be doing international traveling for a long time. Especially these next 5 months. But definitely not a good time. Not for a and I'm serious about that. Oh, I'm serious. I'm not playing around. Cause this ain't gonna be this ain't is not because of what we've been going through for the past couple of years. We're actually about to come out of that. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all know that right now. We about to come out what we've been through for the past couple of years by March 2023. Okay, by March 2023, the energies start to begin to shift. But it doesn't mean the agenda that's happening, okay, the agenda that's taking place doesn't mean it goes away. Okay, the crimes against humanity and all that doesn't mean it goes away. Just letting y'all know. If you're going to do traveling, keep it domestic as much as possible. Keep it as domestic as possible. See, we one thing that people forget, we're still in, we're going to be deep in this cycle of the Jupiter Pluto conjunction in Capricorn from 2020. We're going to be deep in this cycle for a while. It is not like 3 years ago when we were still in that cycle of Jupiter, Pluto, and Sagittarius conjunction cycle. We're in Capricorn conjunction cycles. So there's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of chess moves being played. There's a lot of things, that can just throw you off your curtail and create roadblocks. And then you got to figure out how you're going to get out of that shit. It's not going to be easy. All right, so I'm going to pull 8 cards. This is a collective reading, okay? I am doing a collective reading. It's not for a particular sign. I am going to do sign readings during this eclipse season. So it'll probably be with the Mars, probably next weekend I'll do for the Mars retrograde and stuff like that, we'll do the sign readings then. But today is just a collective reading. Okay, what the energy is going to be like for the collective, and then next weekend we'll do sign readings. See what it's like for each sign. Okay. And I have not done this in a long time, y'all. It's been a while since I've done pull out these cards. I rarely pull out the cards because I could read the collective with the astrology. But for this one, I definitely want to do a sign reading, the collective readings and stuff like that with the cards, because there's a lot going on. So, all right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay these cards out. Someone said this sounds serious. This is a serious energy. No, this is not an energy you want to be fucking around with. It is not the energy you want to be fucking around with. Okay? It ain't. I'm telling you. Especially if you know your astrological chart, you know your natal chart. The energy you want to be really, fucking with. It ain't. All right. All right, so this is a collective reading. I'm going to pull 8 cards. Okay, and we're going to see what the universe is saying for this reading. All right, first card for the collective, for this Scorpio solar eclipse, okay, we'll say exactly, the solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, the solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio and on October 25th. What is this energy bringing? Okay. And note, the cards that I'm using is a deck of cards I created, put names on the cards in representation of what the card means. Okay, so this is like a deck that I created 2 years ago. Yeah, this is a deck I created 2 years ago. Yep. I created this deck 2 years ago when I was financially struggling and I had time on my hands. I created this deck. And those of you who know, who've seen me do these readings, it's been crazy, or had a personal reading for me. It's crazy when these cards align with everything I said. It's just crazy. All right, so this card for the collective. All right, so we have, let's see if we can see. All right, we have strength in the reverse. Okay, trying to see if we can see it clearly. Yep, strength in the reverse. Okay, strength in the reverse. Right here. Okay, we have strength in the reverse. All right, second card. Shit. It's ascension in the reverse. Okay, I don't know, y'all can see that. Ascension in the reverse. Okay, ascension in the reverse. pull from the middle of the deck. Damn. Okay. Abundance in the reverse. Okay. This says abundance in the reverse. Yep. Abundance. Yep. Abundance in reverse. Okay. Abundance in the reverse. Okay. Abundance in the reverse. And this is for collective. It's not for individual. It's not for individual signs. This is for the collective at large. Next one. Control in the reverse. Universal energy. Control in the reverse. Control in the reverse. Reverse does not mean the opposite. Don't look at reversal energy being something negative, okay? Reversal energy means this is something that you have to work through, a block. Sometimes it's a block, okay? Don't take reversal energy as something negative. I just found it all like, damn, there's a lot of reversal energy, okay? This solar eclipse thus far is referring to there's a lot of work that needs to be done, okay? So don't necessarily look at this, everything's been in reverse, meaning that this is negative. Okay. Yeah, reverse is exactly Stone Cold Sagittarius. So it's almost like a planet in retrograde. Okay. So that's why a lot of people think that, you know, when they hear all these reversals, they're like, oh shit, it's negative. No, there's some work. Okay, next card. Okay, we martyr upright. Okay, the martyr upright. The martyr upright. Okay, the martyr upright. Okay, I know it's like on the lives, but that's why I'm saying it. All right, next one. Ha! Ha! Sexuality upright. Sexuality upright. Sexuality upright. Didn't I literally, those of you been in this live, wasn't I talking about sex and shit? See, universe ain't playing, spirit ain't playing. And this is a big ass deck of cards, okay? This is a big ass deck. They ain't no duplicates. Okay, there ain't no duplicates up in this bitch. Okay, there's no duplicates. This is a big ass deck. All right, you got two more cards. Two more cards. All right. Next one. Ha. Yep. The cheetah in the reverse. Cheetah in the reverse. So think of a cheetah, okay? Think of a cheetah. The cheetah, the animal, the cat, the cheetah in the reverse. All right, and then we got one more card, and I'm gonna pull from the bottom of the deck. I always do the last card from the bottom. All right, last one. The storm. The storm in the reverse. Okay, the storm in the reverse. I don't know, y'all on YouTube you can see this or not. Woo. All righty. All right, my ladies' cards out. in front of me. Now I know this is some powerful shit because all of a sudden, randomly, like my throat, not my throat, but like all of a sudden in here, it's like so it got sore. Not in a bad way. I don't think it's anything serious or anything, y'all. I'm fine. It's random. I got like a little soreness right, like on the inside, like like it's. So watch, I'll be fine after this live. Watch it go away. That's what I said. I have a feeling it has something to do with this. Because I didn't feel it until I started doing this. So weird. Okay. Mm. All right. So where to start off with? Oh, this is some energy. This is some energy. So let's start off because remember, solar eclipse, and this is for the collective. This is for the collective. This energy stamps for the next 5-6 months. Okay, for the next 5 to 6 months. And as a collective, as a large, okay, because I'm feeling the energy too. I'm feeling the energy of this collective. There's a lot going on. So first off, let's start off with strength in the reverse. Okay, this is the card strength in the reverse. We're gonna start off with this one first. This energy for the next 5-6 months for the collective at large is going to test our will. It's really going to test our willpower. Okay, it's going to test a lot of our willpower. It's going to test, do you have the mental capacity to handle what's going on for the next? Because let me tell you, I'm just going to say it right here. These next 5-6 months are going to be crazy. Okay, we're going to be definitely, a lot of us are going to be on some different shit by the time April rolls around. Yeah, it's like at the back of my throat. It's like sore randomly. I don't think, you know what? We're gonna get into, I know where this is coming from. We're gonna get to one of those cards later, but starting off, there's gonna be a lot of strength that needs to be required. It's gonna test our strength. Some people are gonna feel that they're not gonna make it. But with Jupiter being Pisces, as long as you have faith in spirit and whatever you believe in, God, whatever you believe in, you will make it through. And what comes with strength, a lot of people think that strength is like, someone who is big, rock, steady, stable, like they got their feet firm in the ground, they're grounded, and this, not the third, and they don't show that much emotions, and they don't cry, and this, not the third. This strength card in reverse is basically telling us that we need to redevelop what strength actually means, because a lot of people think it's that what I just said, but in reality, strength is vulnerability. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Some of y'all be thinking it's not okay to cry. It is okay to cry. It is okay to be vulnerable with people, to let people know what you're going through. That takes strength. Come on. Isn't it a challenge to tell people what you went through? That's strength. That takes strength to tell people, to reveal stuff. This solar, let me tell you something. This solar eclipse in Scorpio is a revealing energy. It's almost like the apocalypse, because the apocalypse means the great reveal. It does not mean zombies and shit. Okay? It means the great reveal. And Scorpio deals with your deepest dark secrets. Your deepest dark secrets. Like, and being open and honest about it, because this is a releasing solar eclipse. This is a release. Like, for example, like me personally, it's crazy to say it, but in my lifetime, I've caught multiple STDs. And that's crazy to be able to reveal that, because not a lot of people can reveal something like that. That takes strength. That takes vulnerability. It takes truth. Because that's not something people want to be walking around the street talking about. Oh, yeah, I done caught gonorrhea and shit, Yeah, girl, it's just, a little drippage, and I'll get it checked out. No, that's not something, you want to be taught. But it takes strength in revealing that you've been through those things. And I'm not ashamed of it. Because this brings Chiron in, okay, with the strength in reverse, okay? This brings Chiron and Aries up a lot. Chiron and Aries. Chiron is still retrograde at 13 degrees of Aries. This deals with you and your wounds and what you got to heal. Chiron is literally dead exact quincunx. There's a lot of weird energy with this shit, with this solar eclipse. I know there's a lot of weird energy going on. Chiron retrograde at 13 degrees of Aries is exactly quincunxing the south node of the ecliptic nodal axis at 13 degrees of Scorpio. Like dead quincunx by 1 minute. So this solar eclipse is bringing up that all of us, we need to have strength and being able to definitely reveal any wounds you have and then work on healing it and put value to your healing process. Put value to your healing process. And don't be ashamed of it. I'm ashamed that I'm not willy-nilly, but out there having sex, but it happens. I've gotten multiple STDs. But of course, did the right thing. Make sure we let everybody know, hey, you might want to get tested and get it checked out and go through the healing process. It's awkward, like Chiron and Aries. I'm just using my personal experience as an example. Chiron and Aries. It's awkward. It's weird. It deals with you and your body. And then Scorpio, sexual, intimacy, who you're intimate with, and revealing these things. That takes strength to reveal stuff. It is not easy. It is not easy. So this strength, and this was the first card that came up. This is probably the biggest emphasis, because it's not just even just revealing shit. It's also, well, it is revealing, exposing it, but realizing, for example, for some people, they're going to be struggling these next 5-6 months financially because it's with money. Okay. Which goes into this next card. I'm going to move on to this next one, which is abundance in the reverse. Okay. Abundance in the reverse. This is a mindset. This is not talking about physical. This is a mindset thing. Okay. Abundance in the reverse is a mindset thing. It is not saying, bitch, you're going to be in shortages. No. What this card is saying, what abundance in reverse is saying is it's a mindset thing. It's that lack of mentality that people have. A lot of people have still that lack of mentality, thinking that they don't have enough. They're focusing on that South Node and Scorpio energy. They don't have enough. They're focusing on the don't haves. When if you trust in spirit, especially once Jupiter goes back into Pisces, you trust in spirit, you trust in God, you trust in the universal energy that all your needs will be met. Abundance in the reverse. All of your needs will be met. As you work towards it and you make the necessary steps, I guarantee you all of your needs will be met. But a lot of people put that fear of emphasis that they don't have enough. And when you put that emphasis on you don't have enough with abundance in the reverse, oh, it's going to, you're not going to have enough. A lot of people, again, personal experience again, I went through a whole shift in mindset for the past 2 years up to this point that I'm at now. Yes, I agree, Kristen underscore sharing underscore caring. Have gratitude for all that is around you to shift into the abundant mindset. When you make a purchase, when I make a purchase anywhere, whether it's the grocery store, me being at Publix every fucking day, okay, I should be in the Publix membership. Whether I go to a farmer's market, whether I go to the clothing store, whether I go to the clinic, whether I go to let's see, where else do I make purchases at? Where else? Whether I pay a bill, okay, I say thank you. I say thank you. I thank God every transaction I make, I thank God. Every time that bill's paid, I thank God. Why? Because I know how it feels like when I couldn't do it or when I didn't have it. I know what it feels like. But at the same time, I had to develop trust in the universe, trust in God that it will get paid, it will be approved. And since I've been in that mindset, especially this year, and I've been working hard, that's why I'm able to live on the balcony of my own balcony. I can literally say this is my own balcony. I worked hard for this. And those of you you know, I've been shit. I was doing lives outside, bitch. I was doing lives outside the hostel. I was doing lives in the Airbnb with roaches. Hey, I was doing lives like last season. I did a live along the waterfront, and I farted in front of y'all asses. I literally farted on the live. I wish I still had my old page. That page I would have showed you, bitch. I farted on the last Scorpio season. So I did lives from my sister's bathroom. Okay, those of you who watched with me since 2020, I was doing lives in my sister's bathroom, bitch. I was doing I was doing live readings, yelling at y'all asses in my sister's bathroom. She's like, "What the fuck's going on up in there?" I mean, shit. And now I can literally say, shit, I could do a live on my balcony. And shit, next step, a studio. Okay? Shit, Leo King, watch out. Watch out, Leo King. Okay? Watch me. Next couple years, I'm be on your level. Watch me. Shout out to Leo King. Cause he act like he the only one. I swear he be thinking he the only one. I'm like, watch, Gabe with the hair is gonna come up too. Watch out. Save this moment, and I'm gonna show it. I'm be like, Leo King, I told you I was coming. I was gonna come to your level. So yes, that's the mindset. It's a mindset thing, and put it out there. When you're constantly thinking about you don't have enough or you can't do it, that's what the universe is telling your ass. You need to work on your mindset. Don't worry about the outside influences. Don't worry about inflation. Shit, my response to inflation is, bitch, if you don't go up in your prices, I'm going up in my prices too. Watch me and watch me ride the wave. And have the confidence. North Node and Taurus is all about confidence. Have the confidence. Stop being in bitch mode. Stop being a bitch. That's what this solar eclipse. This is what the solar eclipse is about. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a fucking weakling. I'm hard. Stop being weak. We got to woman up. We got to man up. That's what this. That's what this energy is all about. Because if you can't, you blocking your ascension to the next timeline. Ascension in the reverse. Okay, you are blocking your ascension to the next level when you're letting your fears get in the way. You're letting fears control in the reverse, control in the reverse. You're letting fears get in the way. You're letting your doubts get in the way. Now, of course, be realistic with your confidence. Okay, be realistic with your confidence. Sidebar. But at the same time, okay, at the same time, don't let your doubts and fear tell you you can't do it or you ain't gonna have enough. Don't let that get in control, okay? Because that's gonna block your ascension. And then also release the control. Okay, this is a surrendership energy too. I have to say this is a surrendership energy. Just like with the abundance, mindset is deals with surrendership. Releasing control. Let things be. Okay? Let things be. Because a lot of people want to control so many aspects of their life. Okay, this is another release here. This is a release that maybe some of y'all can, do a little intention on. Release control of all aspects of your life that you do not have control over. So, for instance, a lot of bitches been insecure. A lot of bit. That's so weird. The throat now is clearing up. Interesting. It's not that sore no more. That's what I said. Weird. Um, um, a lot of bitches are walking around. A lot of people are walking around, especially in their relationships, insecure. Okay, there's a lot of insecurities in relationships going on. There's a lot of like people trying to control the aspects of their relationship because Venus is involved in solar eclipse deeply, so we have to bring up relationships. I feel like a lot of people, who are insecure in their relationship or insecure about the duration of the timeline of the relationship, meaning that they're afraid that their partner may leave them for someone else, or that their partner doesn't value them, okay, or money being the core root of the issue, or you know you're not sexually attracted to that person no more, whatever the case may be. Okay, there's so many variables at play when it comes to reasons why relationships are in a funk right now. And also too, some of y'all need to let go of this relationship because it's bringing your values down, it's bringing your self-worth down because you're holding on obsessively to something that is not showing up for you. And then when you need and then when you need a listening ear, okay, then when you need a listening ear, this is where the martyr comes into play. Okay, the martyr upright. I see a lot of people playing victimhood during these next 6 months. There's going to be a lot of victimhood because what we need to do is work through this martyr energy of, okay, you went through something, but you got to realize that you allowed this too, or you did the same thing too. Like, for example, I'll reveal another truth. So, of course, when I had caught an STD before, I remember I knew the guy that I was intimate with was lying to me about the amount of guys he was sleeping with, or he kept saying that he wasn't sleeping with anyone at the time. Okay, he wasn't sleeping with anyone at the time, and of course, when I ended up catching the STD, I was like, I knew, and he eventually told the truth and said that he was sleeping with other people. Okay, but the funny part was I got mad at first, but then I realized, oh shit, I can't get mad because I lied to him too about who I was sleeping with at the time. Because I could go run to my homegirl and tell her about, oh, this guy, he I caught this SD from him. He was sleeping with other people. Da 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 da. He lied to me. Da da da. Play the victim and not tell the honest truth that, oh, I do. This is where this energy I'm getting from a lot of people is when they go through something with another person. That's why I'm bringing up the martyr. Okay, when people are going through something, they're going to tell their version of the story. and play the victim. But at the end of the day, they do the same shit too. Boom. They do the same fucking shit. That's why this energy, that's why this Mars retrograde energy is going to hit people hard when that time comes. I'm going to get into that shit a lot. But I'm just saying the flaw perspective. This universe, Saturn and Aquarius, this energy is going to bitch slap you. For those of you who decides to play the martyr role, who plays the victim. Because you can't get mad if your man or your woman cheated on you, but you did the same shit. You cheated too. But you don't want to reveal that. Or somebody stole shit from you physically, but you stole some shit too physically. So, one thing to check yourself with the martyr energy is to make sure if you're going through something, really reflect, really be honest with yourself. Okay? Before you go telling your story and before you go to someone else about this shit, make sure you're honest with yourself too and admit to them and say, you know what? I did it too. This Scorpio solar eclipse is all about revealing. And just say and know that I can't get mad either. Because one thing about Venus, even though she's in Scorpio now, she still brings fairness. Be fair. Be fair with yourself. Or something will get revealed. Okay, now the next couple things, okay? Now the next couple things here. With these last three cards, I definitely want to point out. And this is going to be with what's going on with the collective and everything. Some of this stuff that I first mentioned was more personal. This here, what I pick up is personal, but the at large energy. First things first, I want to talk sexuality upright. Sexuality upright. Okay, sexuality upright. Hold on. YouTube is saying they're having problems with connection, of course. Of course, once I start talking about sexuality, uh-oh. We're fucking up the wavelengths here. All right, so, of course, there's a lot of power behind sex. There's a lot of power behind what you're attracted to and how you go after it. Sexuality is very spiritual too as well, because you can't forget sex is spiritual energy exchange. Okay. One thing I pick up from the sexuality energy is use your sexuality, use that sexual energy wisely. Use it wisely. Because when the nodes are in Taurus and Scorpio, there is a lot of power behind sensuality and sexuality. Okay. And when you place value upon your sexuality, make sure that you're using it for the right reasons. Okay. For example, when you're having sex, make sure it's with the right partner. Make sure it's consistent. Okay, consistent. And make sure there's intention, good intentions behind your spiritual energy exchange. Okay, because you're soul tying. Okay. Also, there's going to be a lot of talks about sexuality, way more than what we've been experiencing on the worldly scale. A lot more emphasis on this. So, with that being said, there's going to be a lot of people getting involved in those talks, getting dragged in, reeled in. And a lot of it has to deal with the agendas that are going on in the world. Okay, there's a lot of agendas going on. And it's not the lightest of energies, it's pretty dark. You're going to start hearing after this eclipse a lot more stories and discussions and proof and revealing of a lot of things that are going on. Okay. And I mean a lot of things going on all levels. Whether it's, cheating scandals, to me, the cheating scandals and stuff like that is probably going to be the lightest shit of all of them. Because when I hear, like, oh, a celebrity was cheating on his wife or whatever, and this and he girlfriends that you don't even know about, all that, to me, that's the light shit. That's the surface shit. Because I feel like anybody can go through that. Okay. I'm talking like deep shit. This is Scorpio shit. Scorpio takes it underneath the ground. And if you know where I'm going, like down the rabbit hole, and this ain't the rabbit hole that's going to be pleasant. This ain't going to be the Alice in Wonderland type of rabbit hole. Okay. This is like jumping in the sewers with it there. Okay. This is like jumping in the sewers with it, the clown. Let me tell y'all, don't get distracted by the stuff, but also be prepared. Okay, be mentally prepared. Mentally, third eye, discernment, everything. Be prepared, because you're about to hear some shit. Because the storm in reverse. Okay, the storm in reverse. There is definitely big storms ready to happen. And yes, we're talking disturbing secrets. I'm over here doing this. When I start, folding in my robe, that's when and I'm getting chills just even talking about this. Like, not because it's getting cold. It's not cold here. This is Miami. This is more like chills, like, bitch. Like, this is ugh. I'm telling you, some of us, okay, one thing I'll say, on High Vibe TV. Okay, on full disclosure, they've been showing some shit that I've been like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. And this is shit we all knew about. Yes, this is all came out 2 years ago. Now I'm gonna be very careful on what I say because I'm on YouTube, so I'm be very careful with my words. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit about your AI president that they don't they are gonna cover up as much, but it's gonna get out there. I mean, it's already out there, but I mean, I'm in your face. like in your motherfucking face. Like the type of shit that should make him resign. Because he's a Scorpio too, by the way. Mm. The real one is a Scorpio, the robot. I don't know what the robot sign is. I don't know how the robot gets. They might just put the robot away. They might just put the robot away because I don't even know the actual astrology of the robot, the AI president that you have, because that's not the real person. Okay, but we actually probably both. But I'm just saying there's gonna be some shit that's gonna be revealed. The robot is playing the role as the real one. So everyone's gonna look at the robot for this shit. Yes, I'm curious what will happen with that real one. The real one's gone. The real one gone. Gone, 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 gone. Long gone. Shit, if you watch the High Vibe T closure, the most recent one, Leo King kind of describes what be happening to these people, these celebrities and shit. Shit, they probably the real one's probably somewhere underground or something. Who knows? So, anywho, because and it's Scorpio South Node, so it's revealing some shit. So, with that being said, there's going to be some deep rooted secrets that are going to get out, and it's not just what's going on with anything sexual related. It can be other things too. Okay, it could be other things that I'm not going to bring up. We can bring that up during community chat when it's just IG. We can bring it up during community chat then, but this ain't community chat. But I'm just letting y'all know there's going to be a lot of revealing coming up these next 5-6 months. And it's going to be hard for people to deny it, but they still going to deny it. They still going to deny it. They're going to be in that illusion like the storm doesn't exist. The storm in the reverse. A lot of people are going to be thinking that there ain't no storm brewing. They live in their la-la land and, everything's fine. Mainstream media is propping up that the economy is still doing fine. There's no recession. Over here telling you, that, certain things work when it doesn't work. Okay. They fooling these people. Okay. So that's why I'm like, there's going to be a lot of revealing. And it's going to be hard to accept the truth. But you already know there's going to be a bunch of bitches still not accepting the truth. But positively with the sexuality card upright, again, when you use it for the right reasons, when you use your sexual power for the right, it's going to help you build and keep elevating with your manifestations and what you're trying to produce in your life or create, because sexuality, that energy of sexual energy is all about creation. Okay, it's creation. There is strong, powerful creative during these next 6 months, especially now that Saturn is direct. Now you can launch your new ideas that you've been kind of like struggling to start, or you've been working on the background, but now you can show it to the collective. Those energies are going to be very positive now. We're in powerful creative energies now. So show people what you got now. Like start launching shit. And the reinforcement of this last card, the reinforcement of a slow build. Okay. When you are trying to start a connection with someone in a relationship or whatever, or start a new career or start a new endeavor, a goal, maybe a lifestyle change, okay? Or letting go of a certain behavior, ending a certain behavior, okay? It is not about instantaneous results. Remember that. With this last card, the cheetah in the reverse. It is not about instantaneous return. It is not about instantaneous gratification. It's not about instantaneous, a quick hit to get you to the next level. Okay? This ain't the year all of a sudden you never played the lottery and then you decide to play the lottery. This ain't the time. I mean, actually, to be honest, this ain't the time for any bitch to play the lottery. This ain't the time for gambling. Okay? This ain't the time for that. This is a time where you gotta plant your seed. North Node and Taurus. This is a time when you gotta plant the seed. Make sure you have the right soil for the seed. Make sure you water it. Make sure you water your seed. Water the soil. Be consistent about it. Have a time schedule that you know when to water it. Make sure it's in the right environment, the right climate. Make sure it's in the right climate with Mars and Gemini. Be consistent and then watch it grow. Watch it grow. The cheetah in reverse is saying, we ain't looking for quick shit. The universe said we ain't looking for quick shit. With the cheetah in reverse. It is actually take your time and let it grow. Build. Build off of what you have. Don't focus on the don't haves with the abundance in reverse here again. With the abundance in reverse. Don't focus on what you don't have. Because you have it. You have the resources that you need. As long as you're living, abundance is your birthright. So, build. Build off of what you have. Okay? Build off of what you have. Make sure you're not building a connection based off of sex. Make sure the foundations of your connection, if you're trying to be in a relationship with someone, make sure it's not just about sex or about one thing. Make sure with Aquarius, Uranus, and Taurus, friendship comes first, bitch. Friendship comes first. You gotta know that person's values. You gotta know that person's physical body. You gotta know everything that's going on with that person. Does it align with your future? Do they accept your values? Because good luck being with someone who does not accept your values. Good luck with that. See how that goes. Or good luck building your relationship off of sex. Good luck with that with South Node and Scorpio. Good luck with that. We'll see how that goes. Make sure you have a foundation, something that's foundational and brings security. It's stability, stable. Taurus. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream on YouTube because I don't want my computer dying. Thank you, YouTube, for tuning in. I'm gonna continue on IG because I still got some power on here. I hope the message resonates, and of course, I'll be back for more.